Hi, you're welcome to a special edition of Timber and Caliber. Today I'm going to be talking about Igba, the Igbo trade apprenticeship system versus business school. Now, I'm going to talk about why the Igbo apprenticeship system produces so many entrepreneurs. But before I begin, let me make something clear. This is not an attack on education. Education is important. Universities are important. Business schools are important. Many successful entrepreneurs have university degrees. But there is a question that has been debated for years. Why has the Igbo apprenticeship system, popularly known as Igba, produced so many successful business owners despite many participants never attending business school? That is a question we are exploring today. And the answer may surprise you. The Igbo apprenticeship system is not new. It has existed for generations and has become one of the most recognized indigenous entrepreneurship systems in Africa. Researchers describe it as a system that trains young people in business, transfers knowledge, provides mentorship, and often provides startup capital at the end of the training. Think about that for a moment. Most business schools teach business. The Igbo apprenticeship system teaches business and then helps many apprentices start a business. That is a major difference. A young apprentice enters the system, often in a market, a workshop, or a trading business. For several years, he learns directly from a successful entrepreneur. He learns how to negotiate. He learns how inventory management works. He learns customer service. He learns bookkeeping. He learns supply chains. He learns marketing. He learns how to manage risk. He learns how to survive when business is slow. Researchers have identified many of these skills as core components of the system. Now, compare that with a typical business school. In business school, you may learn about marketing. In Igba, you market real products to real customers. In business school, you study cash flow. In Igba, you handle cash flow every day. In business school, you learn negotiation theories. In Igba, your survival depends on negotiation. That is why many people call it a practical business university. One reason the system is so effective is because it combines learning with real-world experience. Researchers studying the system found that experience, observation, mentorship, and direct participation are central to how apprentices learn. In other words, apprentices are not watching business. They are doing business. But perhaps the most powerful part of the system comes at the end. In many apprenticeship arrangements, when the agreed period is completed successfully, the master settles the apprentice with startup capital, inventory, business contact, or a shop to begin independent trading. Think about how extraordinary that is. A student graduates from business school with knowledge. An apprentice may graduate with knowledge, experience, suppliers, customers, industry contact, and startup capital. That combination is difficult to beat. This is one reason why researchers describe the Igbo apprenticeship system as a powerful mechanism for entrepreneurship development, wealth creation, and poverty reduction. Look at some of the entrepreneurs who emerged from apprenticeship culture. Many successful Igbo traders, importers, manufacturers, transport operators, spare parts dealers, and industrialists in Nigeria began as apprentices. Names such as Tony Ezenna, Innocent Chukwuma, Cosmos Madoka, and many others built their foundations through practical business learning rather than business school. Another strength of the system is mentorship. When a young apprentice joins a master, he does not simply learn business. He learns discipline, he learns patience, he learns how to manage relationships, he learns how to handle pressure, he learns how successful entrepreneurs think. Researchers have described the system as a combination of entrepreneurship training, mentoring, social support, and wealth transfer. And there is another secret. The system creates entrepreneurs rather than job seekers. Its objective is not to help you write a better CV. Its objective is to help you eventually own a business. Researchers have described it as a system that helps create self-employment, business ownership, and intergenerational wealth. Now, does this mean business school is useless? Absolutely not. Business schools provide valuable knowledge. They teach finance, management, strategy, economics, and leadership. Many of the world's greatest companies were built by people with formal education. But if the goal is specifically to produce entrepreneurs from humble backgrounds, the Igba apprenticeship system has proven remarkably effective. It has transformed countless young people with little capital into business owners. It has helped create markets, industries, and commercial networks across Nigeria and beyond. In fact, some researchers have described the Igba apprenticeship system as one of the world's largest informal business incubators. So what is the lesson? The lesson is not that business school is bad. The lesson is that practical experience matters. Mentorship matters. Networks matters. Real-world learning matters. And when knowledge is combined with experience, opportunities become greater. Perhaps the ideal entrepreneur is not the person who chooses only business school or only apprenticeship. Perhaps the ideal entrepreneur is the one who combines the strength of both. Because when education meets experience, extraordinary things can happen. And that may be the greatest lesson of the Igba apprenticeship system, Igba boy. It reminds us that an entrepreneurship is not only something you study. Sometimes entrepreneurship is something you live every day until it becomes part of who you are. Thank you for watching. Once again, please leave your opinion in the comment section. Like and follow this page, and don't forget to share this video. Thank you.